Future wife, I still don't know how to start this properly, because this isn't just a message anymore. It feels like exposure, like I'm standing in front of everyone without armor. And for most of my life, I never stood like this. I always hid behind silence, behind jokes, behind being fine, even when I wasn't, especially when I wasn't. People think I'm expressive, but I'm not. I'm controlled, carefully controlled, emotionally filtered. Because every time I was real, I paid for it. So I learned distance early. I learned how to reply without feeling, how to care without showing, how to love without admitting. And it worked for a while, until you didn't enter loudly. No drama, no perfect timing, no cinematic moment. Just a normal message. So normal that I ignored it at first. Because normal never stayed in my life. But you stayed anyway. And that was the first mistake I couldn't understand. I remember testing you without telling you. I stopped replying sometimes. Not because I was busy, but because I wanted to see what you are made of. Most people disappear when ignored. You didn't. You just came back normally, like nothing happened. That confused me, because I didn't know how to handle consistency. Consistency is rare for someone like me. I've seen people come fast and leave faster. So I built habits around exits, not arrivals. Then you slowly broke that habit. Without even trying, you remembered things I didn't think mattered. Small details, small feelings, small versions of me I usually hide. And every time you remembered something, I felt exposed again. But not in a bad way, in a dangerous way. The kind of danger that feels peaceful. That's what scared me. Peace was never familiar to me. Chaos was. Uncertainty was. Distance was. But not peace. And you felt like that. Slow peace. Then came the night I still remember clearly. I was not okay. But I didn't tell anyone. Because I don't usually tell anyone anything. I just sit with it. Let it pass. Or pretend it passes. That night, I didn't even plan to talk. But your message came. Simple. Normal. Are you awake? And I stared at it for a long time. Because that question felt heavier than it should. I could have ignored it. I usually do. But I didn't. I replied. And that reply changed something small inside me. At first, it was nothing serious. Just talking. Just passing time. Just normal human conversation. But then it started becoming consistent again. And consistency started building something I wasn't prepared for. I started checking your messages faster than I should. Started waiting without admitting it. Started noticing your absence more than your presence. And that's where it became dangerous. Because I wasn't in control anymore, I tried to pull back. I became cold randomly. Not because I wanted to hurt you, but because I wanted to reset myself, reset feelings before they become real. But you didn't react the way others react. You didn't chase loudly. You didn't complain aggressively. You just stayed. And that silence from you was louder than anything else. Because I couldn't find a reason to leave you. And I always find reasons to leave people. Always. But not you. Then slowly, I started noticing something worse. I started looking forward to you. And that's not something I allow easily. I don't look forward to people. People are temporary in my mind. But you stopped feeling temporary. That thought alone was enough to make me uncomfortable. So I tried doing what I always do. Distance. But distance didn't work this time. Because even in distance, you stayed in my mind normally. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just present. Like background thoughts I couldn't turn off. And I hated that. Not you. The feeling. Because it meant I was losing control again. And I promised myself I wouldn't. But promises don't work when emotions learn your name. At some point, I stopped pretending fully. Not publicly. Internally. I stopped pretending I don't care. I stopped acting like your messages are just messages. They became something else, something I don't fully understand yet, and maybe that's why I did this today. Because keeping it inside was becoming heavier than saying it out loud. So I finally told the world about us, not because I fully understand it, but because hiding it felt more wrong than sharing it. And that's the part I never expected. That I would reach a point where hiding you feels like losing you slowly. And I don't want that version of loss again. I didn't tell the world everything. Not yet. Because some parts still feel unreal. Some parts feel like I'm still inside it. Not outside it. Like I'm watching my own life from a distance. But I haven't fully accepted it. And you might not understand that part yet. Because from outside, it looks simple. Two people talking. Two people connecting. Two people slowly becoming something. But inside me, it was never simple. It was war. Between trust and fear. Between past and present. Between wanting you and protecting myself from wanting you. Every time you got closer, something inside me warned me. Not about you. About history. About everything that already broke me before you arrived. That's why I never fully relaxed. Even when I smiled. Even when I replied normally. Even when I started enjoying your presence. There was always a part of me waiting for it to end. Because everything ends in my experience. Everything I care about changes. Or disappears. So when I posted about us today, it wasn't just excitement. It was fear too. Because now it's real in a different way. Now it's visible. Now it has weight outside my mind. And that changes everything. I kept thinking after posting, what if I just made it easier to lose this? Because once something becomes public, it stops being only yours. It becomes everyone's opinion, everyone's judgment, everyone's expectation. And I don't know how to handle that part yet. But then something happened after I posted it. I saw reactions, messages, comments, people talking like they understand us. But they don't. Nobody really does. Because they didn't see the nights I stayed silent. They didn't see the moments I almost walked away from everything. They didn't see how many times I deleted messages just to send them again. And they definitely didn't see how many times you stayed without making me feel difficult. That part matters more than anything. Because I've met people who want attention. But I've rarely met someone who understands silence. And you understood mine. Even when I didn't explain it. Even when I acted distant. Even when I made it hard on purpose. You didn't punish me for being complicated. You just stayed steady. And that stability is what I was never used to. It didn't feel normal at first. It felt suspicious. Like something is going to break soon. But it didn't. It still hasn't. And that's the part I'm still trying to process. Because I don't know how to trust something that doesn't break. I know how to survive loss. I don't know how to live inside stability. That's new for me. Too new. Too unfamiliar. Too quiet. But somehow comforting. And that comfort is slowly becoming dangerous in a different way. Because now I find myself thinking about things I avoided before. Future. Consistency. Presence. Not just survival. And I don't know when that shift happened. It wasn't sudden. It was slow. Almost invisible. Until one day I realized I'm not waiting for you to leave anymore. And that thought scared me more than anything you ever said. Because it means I started believing you might stay. And I never let myself believe that before. Not with anyone. So when I called you my future wife, it wasn't just words. It was me admitting something I didn't plan to admit yet. That I'm no longer only protecting myself from loss. I'm also risking something by hoping. And hope is the most unfamiliar feeling I've had in a long time. But for the first time, I didn't run from it.